Gastrointestinal hemorrhage is a common emergency that our team deal with. In this video, we will demonstrate the use of gold probe.
Hello, so my name's Abby. I'm one of the staff nurses in the endoscopy department, and today I'm going to talk to you about the use of gold probe and why we use it in our department. So the gold probe is a specialist piece of equipment which has been designed to be used for upper GI bleeds. It has dual therapeutic capabilities and can be used for injection of things such as adrenaline, and it can also be used for hemostasis and for cauterization. So when is gold probe used? We use it in upper GI bleeds, for example for peptic ulcers, Mallory Weiss tears and for bleeding polyp stalks. Okay, so the gold probe is made up of different components. So firstly we have the gold probe itself, which is in the packaging stored in a sheath. Then we have the catheter handle, which is quite a chunky piece of part of the equipment which you hold. We have the injection port, which is where you administer the adrenaline through. We also have the irrigation port, which is where saline's administered through, or you can just use the injection port and swap your adrenaline and saline over. Then we have the bipolar connector, which will connect to the Irby machine behind me. Okay, so setting up the gold probe, just make sure that all the equipment you use is compatible with your Irby diaphragm machine that you have and the endoscopes that you use. Then is what I need you to do is make sure that you have your Irby set up on the correct setting. We're quite lucky and ours is programmed correctly, so just talk to any reps for the equipment that you do use. So we are going to set it up onto injection gold probe, and I'm going to select the program. And then is what you need to do is change the setting of the machine to bipolar, which on our machine is just this button here. And now we've changed to bipolar, which it tells you so on the screen. Once you've done that, then you can connect your gold probe with the connector to the machine. So this connects to the bipolar section and it just literally pushes in. So that is now connected. Then is what you need to do is make sure everything's ready to be used before you hand it to the doctor, okay? So is what I would suggest to do is leave the sheath on and connect your syringes first. So you have your saline and your adrenaline. So adrenaline connects to the injection hub. On the injection hub we have the red and green sections. Just think of these as safe zones and danger zones, which I shall go through when I talk through injection. So adrenaline on there. Irrigation port is where the saline will go. Connect your saline, and then I would suggest that you hold these both together, as these are what you'll be using. Then you need to unsheath the gold probe to hand to the doctor. You need to then check that all the equipment is working. To test the gold probe, you'll need some jelly, some KY jelly. Some people do use saline, some water, okay? There's no need to pad the patient for this because the cut and coag is not used for this piece of equipment, okay? So don't pad the patient and you only use the blue pedal, no need for the yellow pedal. So to test the gold probe itself, as you can see on the tip, it's gold and it's separated evenly so that they can get an even burn when it is used, okay? And it gives a greater surface area for when it's in difficult positions when being used. So then you just need to test the gold probe. So what you need to do is step on the blue pedal and insert the gold probe into the jelly. So the endoscopist will know that they need to keep their foot on the blue pedal for at least 8 seconds. And what you should see is some smoke, and you can hear it sizzling, so that is working. So the gold probe's fine to hand to the doctor. If you just want to check your injection, you insert to push and just flush through the channel until you see something come out at the end, which it is, and then you can hand this to the doctor. When asked to inject, you will need to push down into the green zone, which is your safe zone. If you go past the green zone for any reason, sometimes difficult position can do that, that is fine, and you may be in the red zone. Again, that is fine, but you should never not be able to see the red zone.